Hiya.
Doing a FaceTime, are we?
How you doing?
I'm alright, thank you.
I actually thought you might have thought it was a bit easier with FaceTime, so you'd actually see I'm real and I'm not one of his little fucking spies.
Yeah, no, that's fine, but I didn't realise we were doing FaceTime, and I'll look a mess.
No, don't worry about it, honestly. Right, let me explain something to you how this actually started. I presume how it started. I presume you heard about the Jay Slater case.
What? Sorry?
Have you heard about the Jay Slater case?
Jay Slater case? No,
The
I
boy,
haven't.
he went missing in Tenerife on the 19th of June, and his body was found 4.5 weeks later up in the mountains. So,
Right, yeah.
So everybody was reporting on this. There was all sorts of stuff, and I was doing stuff. Basically, I actually said it was a scam. The parents were at it for the GoFundMe money because it was over £70,000. As it turned out, obviously it wasn't, and the boy was dead. So I came out and said, you know what, I made a mistake. That's fine, fair enough. But about a couple of days after this man just appeared from nowhere on the internet called Tenerife Tom on TikTok, and I had a following of like 30,000 people at the time. And he basically what he done was, it was a video he put up first, and it was going up to see Del Mac, and it was videos of Tenerife. But they looked dead. Obviously, took them off of YouTube. And then he put up another video about 2-3 hours later. Caught up with Del Mac. But he didn't want to speak to us, but we were able to actually speak to him off camera, and then he shoots it to this...
Sorry, I'm
No, it's fine. He shoots it to this paedophile called Ryan down in England, who's a wee skinny guy with a bald head. So this was him trying to say like I was a paedophile, and I went, what the fuck? I was like, what the hell is going on here? So he's been all over TikTok. Now, I was a bit of fluff. I don't think he expected me to speak back to him. But I went mental.
Well, I know that my son had told me that he'd got a TikTok account, and I was like, well, that's a bit weird for a 52-year-old man to have a TikTok account. Why? I don't have to. Well, I do, but I only follow my son.
Yeah.
Because he does a lot of TikToking. So, and he's got like 10,000 followers, bless him. He does Lego and stuff. So. What's he actually done?
Well, after this is what I was trying to get to. After he went for me, he started going for a woman called Haley Comet, who's basically she's somebody that's got 1 million followers, crazy amount of followers, and he started going for her, slandering her, saying she was taking coke, she was abandoning her kids, all sorts of stuff. The videos are all over TikTok of what he's done, because he's actually erased the two that he done of me. They're away, because now that he knows that I know who he is, right now he actually thinks I'm in Blackpool, and obviously I'm not. I'm sitting at home. But I put up a video on TikTok this morning.
Is it nice and warm there?
Yeah, it's always warm here.
It's freezing here.
Well, it's funny because I've got a friend that lives in that area of Lytham, and then she said to me a wee while ago, she said, Del, she says it's turned out okay now. I said, can you go do me a favour? I said, go and take a video of the old bakery. I says in Lytham, I said, just so that I can put it in our voice over it, as if I'm there. Because it's one of the...
the old bakery in Lytham. You mean the business that was owned?
Yeah, that is a business address.
So he sold that.
Yep.
He's left Warden Construction.
Yeah, I knew that one as well.
Sold that.
Was he with Gilling Dodd at any point?
Pardon?
Was he with a company called Gilling Dodd at any point?
I don't know. I know he works for Skills now.
Yeah, we found that out as well. He works for Skills.
Yeah. And he's also doing some solar panel stuff. But I don't know, because like I said, we don't even speak, because I took him to court. He won't speak to me, so I don't know much about him now.
Does he still see the kids?
Only what the kids tell me.
Right, because there was a couple of weeks ago when he was on live, and it was about 10 o'clock at night. He was doing a live, one of his live shows that he does, and we could hear kids in the background, because originally we thought he was just a loner. So obviously the kids have been in the background, and they've obviously heard some of the stuff that's going on, because if you're on a live, everybody can hear it round about you. So I'm presuming your kids are pretty young. Sorry, the last thing I wanted to do is upset you.
No, it's fine. It's just, was in court.
Yep.
And then there wasn't enough evidence to prove that he was guilty. So, this upsets me because he's done this before. He had a fake Facebook profile. And I managed to access it, and there was messages of women saying, "Leave me alone."
Really?
Yeah, and I asked him about it. I confronted him about it, and obviously he deleted it because he would, wouldn't he? So I never got any replies from these women. It was, despite I tried to send them messages. But I did whatever I could to get him out of my life. But
how long were you together?
Adam?
How long have you been? Or how long were you together?
Well, we're still married, and it's 16 years. So I left him after 13 years.
Right.
And we've got 3 kids.
And I presume he does see them on a regular basis.
We share custody.
Right. Okay. Jesus. I know. I think if this can get taken to court, I know Mariana's definitely made a. She lives in, is it London? Mariana lives. She's made a report to the police. She's updated the police. She updated the police yesterday on who he was. As soon as we get the information. So they said that it should be enough to actually, because they were able. Nobody's been able to put a name to the voice because it was only a voice. It was just the picture he had up was a man called Nico Vandermeer from the Netherlands. That was the picture that was getting used. I'm trying to watch what I'm saying because I'm not sure if I seen one of your kids in the background.
No, this is my little egg. Just bear with me.
No, that's fine.
What do you want? You want what? You can't have my phone. I'm on it. Oh my goodness. That's the youngest.
No, it's
7-year-old.
my daughter's 11. Every time I go home and I see her, and that's all she wants to do is when I'm in the car, she wants, "Dad, can I have your phone?"
Yeah, I know, it's annoying, isn't it? And then they download all these bloody apps onto it, and
Look, this is the thing. So Mariana, she lives in London, and basically what Mariana does is she reports on TikTok the news of what's happening. And he seems to have an amazing fetish to do with this Jay Slater case, and I have no connection as to why he's, why he's so fixated on Jay Slater. And I just can't figure that out at all. We actually originally thought maybe there was a connection to Jay Slater, or the family or something. But there doesn't seem to be anything.
No, not that I've ever heard. Anyway,
the way he went after Mariana was terrible. Actually, I actually downloaded some of the videos onto my laptop because she actually confronted him on TikTok not that long ago. Was this the one where Mariana's?
It's Financial Conduct Authority regulated. I've got a DBS check, so you can hush your mouth on that one, mate. You don't know nothing about me, so you cannot come for someone you don't know about. You're spreading false information, and it is dangerous.
Enhanced DBS check, right?
I've got an enhanced DBS check. It's clear. You've got nothing to say, mate. You're spreading false information. Why would I post it to you? It's got my personal information and where I live and stuff. Why would I do that?
So basically what he wanted was, what he said was he put out false information on Mariana, and he said that he'd received information that she'd beat up her boyfriend and she had an injunction against her. And he said the only way you'll be able to prove different is if you show me an enhanced bloody motorbikes, an enhanced DBS check. And that argument there is, why should I show you anything? You're some weirdo on TikTok.
Why does he want an enhanced DBS check?
Exactly. He's honestly, it's like he tries to control people, as you said. Funny enough, that goes along with everything.
You don't need to tell me. Honestly, that during lockdown, that's when I realised that things were, because he was working from home. I'm a nurse,
right?
So I was still working. I worked in A&E at the time, and it was just because he had his eyes on me all the time, and it was just constant abuse.
That's madness.
And I started drinking quite a lot,
right,
to deal with it. And So his argument in court when we went to court was that I was an alcoholic, so therefore,
Yeah, made it
you
harder.
know, and I was wanting the abuse. In other words, I think. I don't know. I didn't see him give evidence or anyone else. I just went in and gave my evidence.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't go back because I didn't want to. I didn't want to hear it.
He's probably one of the most narcissistic condemned.
But he's been in magistrates before because he assaulted me when I was pregnant with her, who's our eldest. So he was in magistrates court then, but I dropped the charges.
Right, okay.
So he's got a history. So, you know, if these people want to move forward with it,
Yeah.
I think they've got a good case because of his history.
The police seem to think that they do have a good, especially with Mariana, because she hasn't bit back at him at all.
Yeah.
A lot of time the police will say, oh, it's tit for tat.
Yeah.
And basically, you know, they won't do anything to do it, but she's not bit back until, obviously, this video, but she wasn't rude to him. She was very polite and turned and said, why should I give you anything, blah, blah, blah. They said with the evidence they got the other day, the video that I sent to Mariana, which was the video of him at at Walden's, because that's when we matched up his voice, and they said putting a name to the face to, you know, the voice was bang on, it was spot on, and
that was definitely him. When I heard it, that's definitely him.
And that's what they needed. So Mariana is taking it further. The thing is, there's a legacy of this happening for years and years and years now, and it's madness. It really is madness. I said to him, I sent him a message yesterday, and I said to him, I said, look, I said, man to man, I said, I'm flying over to the UK in 3 weeks anyway, because I've got a show to do in Scotland. I said, so what I'll do is I'll come down to Liffey and I'll meet you. No fighting or anything, because I need to understand what makes you tick. Don't get me wrong, I'd probably end up plastering them all over the streets of Blackpool, to be fair.
Well, to be fair, you probably could.
Yeah.
But he's not a big man.
No,
you know,
no,
he couldn't fight. You just smash him, knock him out.
Yeah.
Smoke with your little finger.
See, the crazy thing is, what I'm actually more worried about is the reason I actually messaged you was he has been outed. Everybody now knows who he is. Everybody has his name and his address. Now, I know there's a lot of crazy people looking for him, and a lot of these are London-based people. And they won't stop. And the thing is, I'd be more worried about if he's got the kids. So I don't know if it's maybe an idea from your point of view to, if I send you all the information we have, and you can maybe take it to the police or take it to a lawyer and just say, look, this is what he's been doing.
Yeah, well,
I'm worried for my kids' safety.
Divorce, so I can, if you send me all the information, I can send it on to my solicitor and see what he thinks I should do.
Well, I've actually asked the girls. There's a team of 15 of us all been tracking this guy down, and everybody's 15 people.
Right, okay.
And what they've done is they screen record everything. Every time he goes live, they screen record every live. So there's terabytes upon terabytes of data, all with him talking, abusing women and all the rest of it. And he done a video the other night there, because he went offline for 24 hours once it came out who he was. And then he came back on, was it last night? Or the night before at 9 o'clock, saying that the reason why he's doing it is, you know, because he thinks this is all wrong, and, you know, looking for sympathy. And do you know the crazy thing is, there's a lot of women giving him sympathy, and they don't have a fucking clue what he's like. And you just think, Jesus, there's actually a woman, I can't even call.
I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't, you know, and I know that, you know, from my own experience, I know what he is, I know what he does, and I know that he's done this before via Facebook, but what is it? So this is how he's spending his week, because I've had the kids this weekend.
He's on live all the time.
He's spending his time.
Yep. There's not a day goes by that he's not live 2 or 3 times a day, because we actually thought he worked from home constantly, because he just seems to go live, and sometimes he's live like 11, 12, 1 in the morning. So
what's his name on TikTok?
Tenerife Tom.
Tenerife Tom.
I can I can probably send you the link to his actual account, the account he's on. What I do know is he's got 2 accounts. He's got that account and he's got a backup account. The main account was, let me just log into TikTok on my laptop. The main account, he got a kick today from TikTok for abuse and talking about drugs and things like that. So he may be banned on that account for 7 days from going live. But if he is, he'll use his backup account instead. So let me just dig him up. I can actually just send it to you. Right, hold on. Tenerife Tom.
Why? Why the fuck?
Something went wrong. Why did something go wrong? Has he got me blocked? No. No, there we go. I mean, here's some of the stuff. This is some of the stuff on his TikTok. There's actually stuff of me on here as well that he's put up. Let me see if I can play this. No, that's somebody else. It's actually, give me a second. Like, this is his account. Now the picture's now gone all together.
Right,
Let me
okay.
but the videos are still there. This is the one. There you go. Tonight's menu this is all people that are on TikTok. Mariana. This is all people he's going after all the time. And he seems to see when people pull him out and they start arguing back with him, he starts playing music.
Yeah.
It's a common theme that he starts playing music. It's let me just, why is this account went different? Yeah, that's his main account. So if I copy that link and then paste that into WhatsApp, I'm like, if you're going to go on it and look for him, make sure it's a fake account that he would never know was you. Because the one thing I don't...
if my children are at risk because people are after him, I need to know.
Well, that's the thing. This is what I would say. No. How often does he have the kids, Helen?
So he has them Monday, Tuesday, and every other weekend.
So he has them... Sorry, he has them when? Tuesday? Every Tuesday?
Monday, Tuesday.
All right, okay. Monday, Tuesday, and every other weekend.
And every other weekend, yeah.
Right, okay. What I'll do is, if I speak to anybody that's anything to do with this, I'll let them know, because...
Well, if you speak to Mariana, give him my number.
I'm going. This is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to give Mariana your number, because she'll be able to explain all the abuse as well. I know it's sometimes coming for a guy, it can be, because we're quite, but when it comes to a woman, it's a completely different story. So what I'll do is I'll pass your number on to Mariana, and she'll phone you. She's very wary of giving out her number, mainly because of this guy.
No, that's fine. That's fine. If she doesn't want to speak to me, that's absolutely
No, I'm pretty
fine.
sure. I'm pretty sure she will want to speak to you, especially when I speak to her and tell her what's happened. And what I'll do is I'll send her.
He was, like I say, I had black eye on the honeymoon. He tried to strangle me when I was pregnant with.
Jesus.
When I was pregnant with he was gambling and got us into like £78,000 worth of debt. And then started going to Gamblers Anonymous, but then went out and got coked up and what have you, and then came home and he was like just abusive, just nasty. And then when I had he was like, well, she's not mine, because we weren't really together, that we weren't really having sex, we were things were not good, but obviously, and he's DNA tested her.
No way.
Without my knowledge, because I think this is for the court case, because he wanted to prove that I'd been unfaithful, which I hadn't. And after that, I just lost my shit.
No wonder. The guy's an absolute demon. He's just an absolute... Is that white wine?
No, it's vodka, lime and soda.
Ah, that's good. That looks like white wine.
Otherwise known as the skinny bitch. It's got no calories.
No, me, it's just...
Right, well, if Mariana wants to phone me, that's fine. Tell her to WhatsApp me first so I know her number.
Yeah.
And then I'll answer it, because obviously I'm not one of those people that answers phone calls if I don't know the number.
I've known your name for 2 days now since we found out who it was, because when I've done a voters roll check, it kept coming up with different addresses, and the only one that actually matched up was the one that came up. Is it Broad Street or something? I think it was. It comes up with your name on Broad something or something. It came up with your name as well. Hold on.
No, we lived on Broadgate in Preston. We don't live there now. We moved to Avenue Street.
Yeah, Broadgate, Preston was the last address.
Yeah, no. So he now he's in the family home because I left him.
Right, is that
so he's in a family home. That's 20 Agnew Street.
Right, that's actually one I don't have. I've got 3 different addresses for him.
So if you got St Mark's Church?
I have the addresses that keep coming up for him are. Hold on, I've got 2 screenshots here of it. I had the Broadgate, Preston, the old bakery, which is a business address.
Which is a business address, yeah. That's the hairdressers.
Dammer House.
Yeah, that's another business address.
Is that next to each other? Are they very close to each other, those two?
No. So the old bakery was a hairdresser's.
Right.
And it is opposite the Taps in Lytham. The other one, which was the other one, Daymar House, is in Kirkham.
What was that one you said? Agnes? That doesn't even come up.
Yeah, so 20 Agnew Street is where he now lives.
And that's in Lytham
as well? That was our
family
home.
Right, okay. That one actually doesn't come up with a voter roll check, funny enough. Huh, that's strange.
Well, he's a dodgy bastard, honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is why we're still not divorced after 3.5 years. Because he's sold properties, he's taken the money, he's banked it for himself. We've got our final court hearing on the 19th of September. So some of this information could really help me. His actual address now, 20 Agnew Street.
Yes, I do.
Put that in.
Yep, I've got it here. But the thing is with that address, I don't know if anybody else has got that address or not, but I'm not going to put that address out because the kids are there. I'm not going to endanger your kids.
Yeah.
There's no way in this earth I'd do that. So it's not, and it's not something I would let go out either. When there's kids involved, it's a different story. If I know for definite he's not there, like I know the kids are only going to be there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, then that's a different story. He's fair game. The thing is, there's that many people want this guy's blood. You know, it's not even just a game anymore.
I want it too.
Yeah. Well, I think you might get it. Let me get all the files together. I'll keep in contact with you, Helen.